Welcome. Today we're going to talk about shortages in the fire service today. And this right here is going to be more geared toward the general public. See if y'all could get a better understanding of the issues that we face today. A little bit about myself. My name is Jeff Lambert. I'm currently enrolled in the Fire Protection Technology program at JCC. And the first thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about why it matters. So one of the big things today that in the fire service that we face is shortages with staff. And this is not just in career departments, it's also the volunteer departments. The big thing in the volunteer departments is everybody struggles to get people to volunteer. And the big thing in career fire departments is you lose people to higher paying jobs. One of the big things whenever you're short-staffed is your call volume continues to go up, and it also affects our emergency response times, our safety, and our ability to protect you and our community. So the staffing crisis. There's been a decreasing number of volunteer firefighters since 2008. In 2008, we had approximately 827,000 firemen, and by 2023, we had 634,000. There's a little diagram right there to show you. The blue is how many was in 2008, which you see is a little over half of it. And then by 2023, that's in the orange is what's left. Some of the things that we're facing is firefighters are getting older and retiring out. We're having trouble recruiting folks, and we're having trouble retaining folks. Again, some more on why it matters. Research shows that a properly staffed engine company can accomplish tasks faster and more safely. This means whenever we have 4 people on a truck, that if we need to do search and rescue, we're more efficient and faster, and it's safer than it is if we have 3 people. So whenever you see a fire truck and there's 4 people, there's 3 people on that truck that fight fire, and then there is 1 person that stays with the truck, and that's called your pump operator. And he's the one, or she is the one, that will look after your truck and get you water and everything else. Whenever you have adequate staffing, you are reducing the property damage in a burning structure. We're able to get the people faster, like I said a while ago. Our searches can be done quicker with more people. Our fire attack can be done faster. And it also reduces the number of injuries. And whenever it's talking about our injury reduction, this is whenever we have more people on the fire scene, we don't have to come out and change out an air bottle and go right back in. We're able to come out and take a little break and let a fresh crew go in and handle things that need to be done while we take a break. Right here is some images. So this right here is a 3-man engine company, and you see 2 of them are inside, and then your driver is outside at the truck. Right here's a four-man engine company. You got your firefighters, and then you got your driver at the truck. The causes of staffing shortages, one of the big things we face is recruitment challenges. In the recent years, the state has increased our training hour requirement for a new fireman from 240 hours to now it's over 400 hours of training before you're able to fight fire. The other big thing I mentioned before is the labor market. A lot of firemen are leaving for a better paying job, and they make more money and are at home a lot more. We also don't have that many applicants. I know whenever I started in this back in 2007, we had right many volunteers, and we had right many people whenever we had a hiring process at work that would apply to be a fireman. Now, people are not beating the doors down to come in and volunteer or come in and work full time. The next biggest challenge is retention. A lot of people, firemen nowadays, get burnt out because whenever we leave our full-time job, a lot of us go and work at another fire station for a part-time job. One of the other big ones on this slide is the work-life balance. Most of us go to work, we're there for 48 hours, and then we go home for 4 days. And that schedule has helped some with retaining people, because our old schedule, we would work 24 at the fire station, 24 off, another 24 on, 24 off, 24 back on, and then we got 4 days off. This right here is a little graphic of recruitment and retention, just to show you how to keep your employees happy. Volunteer fire departments. Most volunteer fire departments nowadays have been seeing a decline for many years. Back before my time, most of your volunteer department members lived in your community and they worked in your community. A lot of them were farmers and stuff like that. And nowadays, there's a lot of people who are not living or not working in the same community they live in, and they have more family responsibilities with kids and everything else, and they just don't have time. And a lot of jobs require them to work a lot more than they used to have to work. Right here's a picture of us training. This is at JCC at their fire grounds. Some young firemen getting some hose handling practice. The impact that it has on us and our communities the shortages, the big one to take away is it takes us longer to get there, and then we also have to rely more on our mutual aid to come in because we may be tied up on another call, and we have to wait. You have to wait for the next closest fire department to come to you and help you, which leads to a longer response time. And if your house is on fire, the longer it takes for us to get there, the more property you'll lose. Here's a little video of a fireman responding, and they're going to, this is a vehicle fire, and as you see, they got plenty of staffing to be able to handle this particular incident. Some proposed solutions. I know one thing we do at work, we do a lot of community outreach. And we have Explore and Cadet programs to try to get younger people interested in coming to try it and see if they like it. A lot of places are giving you higher incentives. If you want to come, if you'll come and work, they'll give you a bonus of $2,000 or $3,000 after you've been there so many years. Most of the time, it's 2 or 3 years that you're there, and you'll get a $2,000 or $3,000 bonus for coming to be a fireman. The retention, one of the big things to take away from this is your leaders in the fire service, getting them trained and developing programs to have in place for them to allow their employees to be happy. Mentorships, that's goes under the Cadet and Explorer programs. You get the young people coming in, and they look at it and they're like, see if there's something they're interested in. The big one that a lot of places face is the career advancement. So once you get in and promote, you can only promote so many times, and then you're out of promotion opportunities. So you come in, you start as a fireman, and then you promote up to a driver, and then you promote up to the officer. And after that, unless you lose a battalion chief or a fire chief or assistant chief, deputy chief, something like that, to retirement, you're stuck where you're at. And recognizing your employees, it goes a long ways for whenever you tell your employees and make them happy for small achievements they're doing. And here's another little graphic of employee retention. It's 10 tips of preventing turnover. One of the big ones on here I like is being flexible and showing appreciation to your employees. Another good one is work hard, play hard. And the role of leadership, it falls on your company officer. They got to be able to promote their teamwork, hold you, if somebody's not doing what they're supposed to, holding them accountable, recognizing things they do good, keeping you well. And the quote at the bottom, strong leadership improves morale and increases firefighter retention. And that helps. Nobody wants to go somewhere and not be happy whenever they're at work. If they're not happy, they're going to be looking somewhere else to go. And here's a graphic or a picture of a firefighter getting recognition from his chief of an accomplishment he done. Make sure you invest in your personnel. They'll be prepared to meet emergency services demands. The future, in the future, to make us safer and more effective to our communities. But we got to get better at our recruitment. We got to get better at our leadership. A lot of community support, and a lot of fire departments have that. I mean, they support us whenever we have our chicken cookings or barbecues or whatever. They show up and help us and give us money to try to make things better for everybody. Thank you for your time. I hope you learned something.